He's an American living in Moscow. One morning, he got a letter from Russian customs demanding payment for 47 cars he had never seen. He didn't buy them, he didn't import them, his name was simply stolen. Today, we're going to talk about one of the biggest customs fraud schemes Russia has seen. Over 30,000 people caught in it. You've probably seen the news about it, but what the media didn't tell you is how it actually worked, and how one American expat ended up in the middle of it, without doing a single thing wrong. Let me give you the background. Starting in April 2024, around 30,000 cars manufactured in Kazakhstan were imported into Russia. Mostly Hyundai, Kia, Skoda, popular brands, assembled at Kazakhstani factories. These cars were registered in Kazakhstan under local citizens' names, then brought into Russia with a commercial recycling fee paid. The recycling fee, called utilsby in Russian, is a mandatory government charge paid when importing a vehicle. Think of it like a federal import tax tied to the car's future disposal. On paper, everything looked fine. Cars came in, got their documents, were sold, thousands of them every month. One major dealer was receiving up to 500 cars a month from Kazakhstan alone. Then, a few months ago, Russian federal customs started auditing these vehicles, and they found a problem. The cars were assembled in Kazakhstan's special economic zones, areas with reduced tax rates, similar to American free trade zones. The parts were imported into those zones without paying excise taxes or VAT. That's the value-added tax, roughly equivalent to sales tax, but built into the price at every production stage. Those cars were built for domestic use inside Kazakhstan, not for duty-free circulation across the EAEU. The EAEU, the Eurasian Economic Union, is a trade bloc of Russia, Kazakhstan, Belarus, and a few other countries, a simplified version of the EU model. When Russian customs discovered that the required excise taxes and VAT had never been paid on these cars, they recalculated, and they sent demand letters to the owners. Some got bills for $7,000, some for $12,000, some for $25,000, on top of what they had already paid when they imported the car. But here's the part nobody reported. The media told you people got hit with extra charges. What they didn't tell you is how the cars were registered in the first place. And that's where the real fraud begins. To import a car and pay the recycling fee, you need a real person, an individual whose name goes on the paperwork. So brokers, licensed customs intermediaries, similar to American customs brokers, started finding what they call drops. A drop is a person whose passport data is used without their knowledge. Essentially, identity theft embedded inside a government customs system. Here's what the full package looked like. For about $350, a broker would provide everything needed to register a car under a fake identity. A stolen passport with a registered address, all customs paperwork filed under the drop's name, every fee calculated and paid. The importer just wired the recycling fee to a customs account opened in the drop's name, and the drop never knew a thing. No notifications, no letters, no alerts of any kind. Life just continued as normal for the person whose name was being used. Brokers specifically targeted people who would never check their customs account. Elderly pensioners, people without smartphones. One source told me these were usually poor souls who don't even own a smartphone. They'd never log into a customs portal in their lives. And there was another pipeline for passport data. Car dealership managers were selling customer information. When you buy a car, you hand over your passport. And if you just made a purchase, you probably won't be doing another customs transaction for years. Thousands of candidates, carefully selected, all of it industrialized. Some drops had over 100 cars registered in their name. One person had 150, not 10, not 15, 150 cars under one person's name, without them ever knowing. Jake was one of these drops, an American expat working in IT in Moscow. Never dealt with customs, never bought a car through import channels. One morning, a letter arrived from the Federal Customs Service of Russia, demanding repayment for 47 vehicles registered in his name. I didn't understand anything, he told me. I was Googling every second word. Utilsby, declarant, excise. I thought it was a mistake or a scam. It wasn't a mistake. Here's how his data ended up in the system. A few years earlier, Jake had registered a used car through a local intermediary. He handed over his passport copy and never used that channel again. "I'm a foreigner," he said. "I thought being a non-citizen meant this couldn't happen to me." Turns out, it doesn't protect you at all. By November 1st, 2025, all Russian customs offices had suspended processing of Kazakhstani vehicles. The scheme had started to unravel. Millions, tens of millions of rubles are now frozen in customs accounts opened under Drop's names. Money that importers loaded in to pay recycling fees. Some of you watching this right now might be unknowing millionaires. There could be 1 million rubles sitting in a customs account opened in your name, and you'd have no idea. The brokers are panicking. The resellers are panicking. The entire parallel import market is panicking because investigators are now tracing every wire transfer. Who sent money to which customs account? Who filed forged documents? Whose passport data was submitted? It's all traceable. Every transaction, every forged contract. Pull one thread and the whole thing collapses. And if authorities get a hold of even 2 or 3 key people and explain their future prospects, they'll start giving up the entire chain, top to bottom. As for Jake, he's collecting documents, proving he never signed any broker contract, never authorized anyone to use his identity. It's a nightmare, he says. You live in a foreign country, the language isn't fully yours, you don't know the system, and suddenly you owe the government for 47 cars you've never seen. He has a lawyer now, but no guarantees. So how do you fix a problem like this? The answer is surprisingly simple. Any customs operation filed under an individual's name, recycling fee payment, vehicle registration, must require verified digital consent. Russia has Gosusligi, a national digital government portal, similar to the US's IRS personal account, or MyUSCIS, where citizens interact with state agencies online. Imagine getting a notification, confirm recycling fee payment for vehicle import. You check it and say, I have no idea what this is. You report it, done. And if you do want to import a car, you confirm it with a digital signature or a reply to that notification. Simple as that. One small step, enormous impact. The entire scheme becomes impossible overnight. Jake, by the way, has already contacted the American consulate, just so they know.